Okay, so after hearing the audio of my last video, I decided to remake it because that was awful. I have since figured out the audio settings a little better. So now we can actually do a proper showcase. And this showcase will also be in reference not just to my friend there. Because this showcase will actually be a proper showcase. It won't just be me explaining super basics. Alright, so to get started in the Demon Slayer mod, or the Kimetsu no Yaiba mod, you will need one of these thingies here, Nichiren Sword. To make it, you will need Scarlet Ore, Scarlet Sand. They come from the same ore, it's just a random chance. I don't remember the exact percent, but I can figure that out later. I'll put it in the description when I figure it out. And an iron ingot. You get one of these. And yes, you can enchant it with normal sword enchants, which is always helpful. But now, if you hold it out, you get some cool biz. Along with a buddy. Yeah, he's not really working correctly right now because we are in a world with no biomes. This guy, when you right-click him, is supposed to give you coordinates to the first mission. Well, technically to all the missions if you do them in order. Which I never do, by the way. But if you do them in order, Crow is your guide. But anyways, I actually got Mist Breathing. Which is a pretty fun one. Oh yeah, it does also just give you an extra Nichiren sword for some reason. I have no idea why it does this, but it sure does. Because I tested it in survival yesterday, and yeah, sure enough, it just straight up gave me an extra one. Thought I wasn't supposed to do that, but apparently it does. But anyways, so as I had mentioned also in the last video, you got your different forms. Mist Breathing, I have to be extra careful with the edges, because this one is all about speed. Let me just do that real quick. We don't need that one. So first form. Oh. I thought for sure that that one was going to send me flying forward, or flying in some direction. Apparently not. That's a pretty good one for AoE damage. Also pretty good for AoE. Pretty good for getting around that one. Also good for getting around, but this one actually, like, hits at the same time. That one seems more flashy than effective, but I don't know. Yeah, that's all the forms for the normal default Nichiren sword. Yeah, there's different elements, so the mist was just the one that I happened to get. But we also have thunder, sun, flame, wind, water, moon, and then it goes into character swords. We'll get to those in a minute. So, thunder breathing is an exciting one. Another one that I have to be careful around the edges here. I really should have built walls before this video, but oh well. I'll do that for the next video. But hold on, let me go into third person. That way you can actually see the effects. Pretty cool. That one's also pretty cool. And then we have that one. That one, if you look up, you will fly up. Like if I see, I flew up. Pretty reasonable distance too. But you should remember, you do still take fall damage. So that's something to keep in mind. That one looks like it would do a lot of damage, but I'm not sure if it actually would. Then we've got this one. I'm pretty sure sends me flying in one direction. Not as far as I thought it would. So that's the thunder. So now on to this one, which is sun breathing, but it... Nope. Well, there's that. But yeah, so... Yeah, that's an advancement that, honestly, that I probably shouldn't get, because I'm not currently a demon, but that one's basically, it's a... If you're a demon and then you use a sun-breathing sword, you become immune to sunlight, which is very helpful, but not really for just a normal demon slayer. I'm not sure what that was about. So we've got dance, clear blue sky, got some of those custom flame particles from the flame breathing, which is always interesting. That one does like 2 big hits, probably good for a ranged attack where things on this side of you are closer than on this side. That one's actually kind of ranged. Not much, but... That one's always fun. This one is also dependent on looking direction. This one sort of depends on it. This one's kind of weird. It always comes at an angle. Fire wheel. That one is just a straight up teleport. And then back to flame dance. So that is sun breathing. So now, flame breathing, we have... Let me get over here real quick. We have unknowing fire. Rising scorching sun. Blazing universe. You know, for a name that contains a universe in it, you would think it would do something bigger, like a bigger boom. Like that. That one's also fun. Yeah, that's everything for flame breathing. So now for wind. Wind is of quite the mobility one, as you can see. Yeah. That one's a really good AoE one. I think this one is AoE, right? Oh no, it's just a downward slash. This one is directional. That one's explosive. So that is wind breathing. Then we have water breathing. More custom particles, as always. Water surface slash. Water wheel. Yeah, a lot of these are really cool. Yeah, on a server, my friend that I made the first video for got this breathing style. He was very disappointed in that move there, the, what was it called? Whirlpool. He was kind of disappointed with that one, unfortunately. I quite like the look of it because of the custom particles, but he's more for damage output than aesthetics. Yeah, we haven't been able to figure out what constant flux is. Like, what it actually does. Oh, wait, it's... That's what it does. You have to actually... After you activate it, you have to actually, like, hit with it. So after you right-click to use the move, you have to actually left-click like you're going to hit a mob. That makes more sense. Yeah, me and my friend couldn't figure that one out for a while. So that is water breathing. Moon breathing has some cool particles. Let me, back to there. There we go. So we've got that one. Moon breathing, I would say, is a very... It's a very calm breathing style. A lot of the other ones have, like, explosion sounds and everything. This one, it just has sword slashing sounds. Yeah. There's not a lot of moves for that one, unfortunately. Be cool, but it's not too big of a deal. But we also have some blades from different characters in the show. Some of these actually have extra moves. And then, of course, if you've watched the show, you'll know that Tanjiro's sword actually has both sun breathing and water breathing. Or, water breathing and Hinokami Kagura. I probably butchered the second one. The second, part of that name. But yeah, so it's just... It's normal... It's normal water breathing and sun breathing moves. There's not really any extras that I know of anyway. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, no. It's just the normal moves from the two elements just put into one sword. Still cool, though. And of course, Zenitsu's sword. Seeing as he really only has, like, multiple versions of, like, a couple forms. Yeah, he has two forms, and then, like, one of them is, like, 4 different versions of the same one. So, first form here. It is a good thing I am in creative. Eightfold. Again, good that I'm in creative. That one you don't go quite as far, but I have a feeling it does more damage than the others. And then 7th form, I think, is not actually on the other sword, the normal thunder breathing one. Let me take a look. No, it's not. So the 7th form is only Zenitsu's sword. Very good thing I can fly. I would have died 4 times. And then, of course, Inosuke's sword. I gotta say, his is definitely one of the more unique designs in terms of the blade. Yeah, his are also very simple. Well, his moves, I should say. And spatial awareness gives a client-side glowing effect to mobs behind walls. So if I go like this, Grab a creeper, and then pop that. See? Spatial awareness. For some reason, the glowing effect tanks my FPS. I have yet to figure out why. Yeah, so that's all the moves for Inosuke. Then we have a really oddly designed sword. Like, in real life, this probably would not help at all, but, I mean, this is a mod about an anime we're talking about, so rules are made to be broken. This one's interesting, though. Got a cool snake head that comes around. Teleport. Yeah, there's not many forms, but they do a pretty decent amount of damage from what I've been able to figure out. Now we've got this one, the Wind Pillar. Absolutely love the guard design. Yeah, and it seems that he has... Yeah, it looks like he has the same moves. Probably just does more damage. We'll save that one. So this one is my personal favorite. One, because the particles are all custom. Two, because, I mean, come on, it's Rengoku's sword. Like, it matches my skin way too well. Yeah, and it has all of the normal flame-breathing moves, but there is an extra one called Rengoku. Let me, that one's pretty cool. Lots of particles, so if you're on a really low-end PC, that one might lag a bit. So I'd be careful with using some of these moves a bit too much. Yeah, and then Kocha's sword is actually extra interesting, because this one actually does have a poison effect like it does in the show. So if I grab a creeper real quick, give it a good whack, see? It took an extra bit of damage afterwards, and then it just died, but... Oh, I pass it again. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this one doesn't have too many crazy particles. Unless you use that move, and then go flying off the edge of your showcase area. Ooh, that one actually has butterfly particles. I don't know what that one was doing. That one was just losing its mind. But yeah, so it looks like there's not too many moves. There's yeah, there's 4 moves, but it does have a poison effect, so this would be a good one to have like as just a secondary sword. That way you could give a demon a good whack, and then you can use your main sword. Because the poison works a lot better on actual demons. It doesn't work very well on normal Minecraft mobs. Which is unfortunate, but oh well. So Tokido, if I understand, yeah, it's mist breathing. That is, I think it's Muichiro? I think it's Muichiro. I could be pronouncing that wrong. Someone in the comments can let me know. But yeah, it seems to have all of the normal mist-breathing moves. Tomioka's, on the other hand, the water pillar, is interesting because while it has all of the normal ones, it has an extra one. This I'll want to go over here for. Right? That's pretty cool. And you don't have to right-click on the ground. I'm just doing that to get a better angle to see the particles. Because you can go like that too. So I think that is all the Slayer swords. Oh, wait, no. Still got a couple more. My bad. I forgot those ones existed. These ones I think are work in progress, so I don't think they do anything currently. Oh, and my PC's deciding to die. So let me do a nice tactical plug-in real quick. The senior sword also doesn't do anything. This one does, this one does. And then we have all the demon arts. I'll do a part 2 where I'm doing where I cover all of the blood demon arts. It might be like a day or two though, so. Yeah, this one, from what I remember seeing in different videos that are already on YouTube, is kind of explosive. Yeah. Yeah, so for this one, I'm probably not going to talk much because the game audio will probably drown out the voice audio. Looks like I used all the moves, though. So, it only has 3 moves, but it does a good 10 damage. Then we have another really weird sword. I really don't understand some of these swords, but I mean... like, I can't deny with a decent 7 damage. Yeah, so there's only... Let's see... Yeah, there's only 5 moves, but does a decent amount of damage. Yeah, so these two, the blade actually looks almost identical. You can see that there's a very small shine in the middle of this one where it's a bit further down on the other one. But these are both insect breathing, I believe. Oh, nope, this one is flower breathing. It's a very pretty one. It doesn't match my skin at all, but looks cool. Ooh, peach petals. Yeah, so again, not many moves. Does decent damage, though. This one, I believe, is insect breathing. Nope, it's also flower breathing. God, my memory's awful. So I think it has all the same moves. Yeah. Yeah, it's got all the same moves. So these two are actually swords from demons. This one's from Kaigaku, and manga spoilers. If you don't want to get any of those, I would recommend not watching this part of the video. Well, I think it would be like you'd have to skip ahead to some point. I'll put the timestamp in the description. So, if you're looking at this and the timestamp is there, just skip to that if you don't want spoilers. So, if you're either skipped ahead or you're still here, well, really, if you're just still here, but, so, Kaigaku is kind of like, yeah, I could have sworn this one had a... Oh. Yeah, it doesn't have many moves, this one. I could have sworn in some video I saw the lightning particles for this sword as black. No idea why. Oh well. So this one is probably my second favorite sword, simply for the damage output. And I know it only says 8 right now. You'll see why. It gets better. Whoops, I need to go back. There we go. So we've got that one, this one, that one, that one. But then we have this one. So this actually comes from a demon that can spawn in the world. So if you really don't like manga, if you don't like manga spoilers, I would recommend not playing this mod. If you don't care about manga spoilers, then definitely have that, because this is a cool mod. But now the particles are blue. And the moves are very explosive. That one can lag on servers. I'd be careful with that one. So that one is, you can either look in one spot and it'll all hit the same spot, or you can turn, and if you turn at the right speed, you can actually direct the attack a bit. So this one is pretty good in a PvP scenario, because you can actually do a ranged attack, which is always good. And then you can transform it back if you don't want it being the other way. But this way, it does 18 damage on a normal slash. Like, what? That is insane. Like, there's only one sword that gets close to that, which is another manga spoiler, which is this one. Yorichi's sword. This one also matches my skin pretty well, but unfortunately, since it's sun breathing, it doesn't have custom particles. It just uses the Minecraft torch particles, which is kind of unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah, and it has all of the normal sun breathing moves, plus an extra move. So this one, I'm not going to do it right now because it's a bit chaotic, but this one is basically, it goes down the list of moves and performs all of them, just in a chain reaction. It's quite insane. Like, I would love to show it, but I kind of need to put walls on this area first. Which, again, that'll be done by part 2. There are custom food items, including demon slayers and villagers for the demons. This is how you become a demon. Again, I'll explain in part 2. Whistle, I think it's work in progress, because I can't seem to get it to do anything. Hitting C doesn't do anything. C is what I set my change breathing style and blood demon art move. You can find that in here, right here. So Demon Slayer mark, that's something you have to actually get through completing missions. You'll get an achievement which will literally just tell you that you have it. If you go into the chat and hover over it, it'll tell you. But this one is the one that I have binded to C. But yeah, like, pressing that key doesn't do anything, right-clicking doesn't do anything. I tried shift right-clicking, that doesn't do anything, so I have no idea what that's for. One thing that is cool, though, is in the latest update of this Demon Slayer mod, they actually added a couple tabs. And they also redid a lot of the armor, as well as adding new ones. Like, before, it was really annoying trying to, like, do a Rengoku outfit, because there was no pants or, like, the gaiters that actually matched. But now there is. Because you can just go boop, and there we go. Oh, let me turn that off real quick. There we go. But yeah, fully 3D modeled. It actually, like, looks good. Because before, it would have just been that. Because the pants and gaiters were one piece. But if I take that off, there's now no longer the white wrap. And it seems they didn't change the item sprite for it, but oh well. Oh yeah, so if you're using a flame-breathing sword, like you got a Nichiren sword and the game gave you flame breathing, if you put on the Rengoku top, you'll actually have his move. That final move that I had shown earlier, you'll actually have that move on the normal sword, which is quite interesting. Yeah, there's also some, like, different demon stuff in here. A lot of it is manga spoilers, though, so I don't want to get into that too much. One thing I can show, though, is the masks, because there's a few masks in here. So you got that one. You've got this one. The nose on this one is insane. Like, look at that. This one's my favorite, though. Sabito's mask. So sad that it gets split in half at some point. I don't remember what episode that was, but... Oh yeah, but the Rengoku top also wasn't 3D modeled before. Because now you can actually see that it has like halfway down my back, it kind of slopes outwards towards the bottom, and then it has like the little like flame fringes on it. Didn't have that before. Before it was just kind of like part of the leggings, and it would like move with your legs. It looked kind of awkward before. Looks a lot better now though. I think they also increased the resolution for the stuff, because it looks like it is not 16 by 16 anymore for the armor. It used to be at one point, but it looks like it's... I don't want to say it's 32 by 32. I don't know. It's something like that. It's definitely a higher resolution than 16 by 16. Oh yeah, I have a couple other mods in, because this is the bunch of mods that me and my friend are using on our server. But yeah, so. And there's also a couple secret swords, but I don't really want to spoil too much on how to get those, because honestly, you can literally just search it up online. It's there. That's how I found out about them. That's how most people found out about them. So yeah, honestly, for those I would just search it up. Like, honestly, for any of this, you probably could have found a more detailed tutorial by just Googling, but this wasn't really much of a tutorial anyway. It was more of just a Demon Slayer showcase, and I'll do the Demon showcase like either later this week or sometime next week. Depends on when I get time. But all said and done, I hope all of you have a great day.